Okay, I think we're going to get started. More and more people are joining, and they can catch up. But I want to be mindful about everyone who joined us at noon today, Eastern Time. So good afternoon or good morning, depending on where you are. To everyone who's kindly joined us, thank you, and welcome to our first of two Catalyst 2025 informational webinars. We are thrilled to have you with us. By way of introduction, I am Dory Krieger, and I'm the Executive Director of CTIA Wireless Foundation. Sarah Wright is the Foundation's Program Manager, and she's joining us today too. We'll be able to hopefully answer all of your questions, and if not, we'll follow up via email. But today, before we get started, let's do a quick preview of what we'll cover today. We'll go over a little bit about CTIA, CTIA Wireless Foundation, and the connection between the two. And then we'll give you some more background on the why and what of Catalyst, as well as more information on the submissions process itself. We'll then close out with some guidance for applicants and an open forum for question and answering, time permitting, of course. I'm sure we'll have time. And though we recommend chatting questions as we go, Sarah will be monitoring them, so you can just put them in the Q&A. That would be lovely. So, and again, more in the submit your questions through the Q&A function, and we'll do our best to answer them in real time. But feel free to submit your questions throughout the session. We'll monitor them throughout, again, do our best to answer each one. We'll also provide contact information so that you can get in touch with us. So you can also email us at catalyst@wirelessfoundation.org. And if you have technology-based questions, or others, we really want to provide individualized responses. So if it's a really specific question, please email us directly at catalyst@wirelessfoundation.org, and we will answer them in a very timely fashion. All right, so let's dive in. As Executive Director of CTIA Wireless Foundation, I wanted to ground this session with a quick snapshot of both CTIA as an industry trade association and its philanthropic arm, CTIA Wireless Foundation. So CTIA is the trade association for the wireless industry. So that includes carriers, equipment manufacturers, mobile app developers, and content creators. CTIA has over 250 members, including AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, along with Intel, Samsung, Apple, Ericsson, Qualcomm, and more. The association advocates for legislative and regulatory policies at the federal, state, and local levels that fostered continued innovation, investment, and increased economic impact of America's wireless industry. CTIA also convenes the wireless industry to coordinate best practices and initiatives, develop test plans and certification processes for mobile devices, ensure security of mobile networks and devices, enhance accessibility, and more. We promote its members by building awareness among policymakers and the public, hosting events on topics like 5G, cybersecurity, privacy, infrastructure, and public safety. CTIA Wireless Foundation is CTIA's philanthropic arm, and we know that wireless technology is at the heart of our modern lives. At CTIA Wireless Foundation, we advance positive social impact by supporting innovations in wireless technology that enhance our lives, bring us closer together, and address challenges in American communities. We believe in the immense power of mobile technology to create innovative, compassionate solutions that make our lives easier, healthier, and more connected. And to foster those solutions, we support change makers that take advantage of the speed, efficiency, and versatility of wireless technology to deepen our connection to one another and make our communities stronger. Through our signature initiative, Catalyst, which is why you all are here today, the foundation supports mobile-first solutions that make meaningful advances for social good in communities nationwide. We'll go into a little bit of why we created Catalyst. We believe in the immense potential of social entrepreneurs who are fueling their solutions with wireless technology to have a tremendous impact on communities nationwide. The connected everything era will impact our communities, inspiring change, disrupting the status quo, and helping address some of our country's biggest challenges that often impact marginalized communities the most. With the emergence of 5G, it brings with it the promise of connecting people with the tools they need to engage with their own communities and gain access to broader global perspectives. When combined with cloud, edge computing, IoT, and other technologies, wireless technology truly offers a significant opportunity for social entrepreneurs to make meaningful advances and tap into a powerful platform for social innovation. CTI Wireless Foundation, through its sixth annual Catalyst competition, seeks to attract and fund social entrepreneurs that take advantage of that speed, efficiency, and versatility of wireless technologies to deepen our connection to one another and make our communities stronger. Catalyst seeks to accelerate wireless innovation for good by supporting social entrepreneurs who have developed mobile-first solutions. So what exactly is this competition Catalyst? We'll go over all the details for you. We are seeking ambitious, early-stage social entrepreneurs who have developed mobile-first solutions to enhance our lives and address challenges in American communities. CTI Wireless Foundation supports emerging change makers in their crucial early stages of development through our signature initiative, Catalyst, which is a competitive grants program that accelerates the work of social entrepreneurs using wireless for good. So again, early stage. This is beyond the idea stage. Your solution has launched, but you're still in those really crucial early stage of development. Operating at the crossroads of discovery, access, and human connection, Catalyst seeks to push the boundaries of what is possible through wireless technology. And a hallmark of Catalyst is its strategic targeting of emerging changemakers and social impact projects, which benefit greatly from infusions of capital in their early stages. Catalyst advances forward-thinking innovators that take advantage of leading-edge wireless technology to deepen our connection to one another and make our community stronger. 3 Catalyst winners will receive one of 3 award tiers in the form of an unrestricted grant from the foundation determined by a set of criteria. Yes, unrestricted. We really believe that it's most important for these early stage social enterprises to have unrestricted funding. You all, the founders, know how to use that funding best. So that's what we do. We work really hard to promote winning organizations and their solutions. Each year, we have videos made for each organization, which we promote on CTIA and CTI Wireless Foundation channels, and we also share those videos with Catalyst winners for them to use. You can watch previous videos on CTI Wireless Foundation YouTube channel. Strongly encourage you to do it. Previous winners have repeatedly highlighted this as one of the greatest aspects of becoming a Catalyst Award winner. We also will award up to 3 honorable mentions at $10,000 each. So that's an investment of over $200,000 in social entrepreneurs using cutting-edge wireless technology to help solve some of our country's biggest problems. The foundation offers additional benefits to the Catalyst winners. We introduce winners to elected officials and policymakers who are often addressing key issues impacting the wireless industry. And we also provide additional promotion to executives and audiences at some of the world's biggest wireless communication companies. We also provide financial support to cover hotel, airfare, meals, and other incidentals you may incur to participate in Catalyst events. We really value that in-person connection when we celebrate Catalyst winners in the fall. You also at that time would have an opportunity to network with the foundation board members. And we're building a strong Catalyst alumni network. So this year's winners come to an event that we host in the fall, and past winners will also be there. So you get to meet this wonderful community of Catalyst alumni. Okay, so who should apply? The foundation is seeking, as I've said, social entrepreneurs using wireless technology to solve a pressing issue in American communities. And the applicant's solution must be mobile first. And I want to describe mobile first. We get that a lot. So it's a mobile first solution is that you are choosing wireless technology as the mode to reach your audience and to have an impact on a particular issue area. It's not mobile adjacent. It's not an additional add-on to an organization or work that you've already created. It is mobile first. And more details on who should apply. I mentioned it earlier. We are looking for social enterprises that are in their early stage of development. So the solution is beyond ideation stage. It has a proof of concept. It has launched. We're looking for founders who have personal experience with the issue their mobile first solution addresses. If you visit our website, wirelessfoundation.org, and the Catalyst page, you will see you can go and learn more about all the Catalyst alumni and their personal experience that really drove them to found the organizations that they founded. And they're incredible stories of really big, bold innovators. We're looking for entities that also have the potential and infrastructure in place to make a real impact. What's the scalability of your solution? And we're also looking for applicants who have experience working through business incubators, accelerators, or other mentorship type programs. One of the foundation's pillars is our commitment to diversity and inclusion. So we are seeking innovators who are addressing some of our country's biggest challenges that often impact marginalized populations the most. And we encourage applications from people of color, women, and/or veterans. Here's some of our eligibility criteria. And I should mention now, before people are scribbling away, all of these resources are on our website, and I'll share that location for you as we go through the webinar. CTIA Wireless Foundation operates in the United States and represents the wireless communications industry nationwide. Therefore, applicants must be registered to operate in the United States. And in compliance with legal obligations of the foundation, applicants must have one of the following legal structures. Must be a nonprofit organization, a for-profit enterprise with a demonstrated commitment to social good, or a B Corp. To ensure equity and fairness during the review process, applicants must have completed all requested materials and submitted them by the deadlines. Late or incomplete submissions will not be considered. And to avoid any potential conflicts, applicants cannot be past or current CTIA members during any point in the awards process, and they cannot be past Catalyst winners. Past honorable mention recipients may apply. Individuals are not eligible to apply. Okay, so we've teased a little bit about this, why you should apply, but let's look at it through the lens of some of our past Catalyst winners. You'll see that they are wireless tech-first organizations. They have lived experience with the issue they are trying to solve, and they're in their early stages of development. Let's talk about how they've benefited from Catalyst. Our Catalyst 2022 winner, KaiXR, uses augmented reality, virtual reality, and extended reality technologies to enable students to learn and explore beyond classroom walls. Kai really values the foundation's commitment to supporting diverse funders. Our Catalyst 2023 winner, Rethink, is working to stop cyberbullying through an app equipped with an AI algorithm that runs a keyboard in the background of social media or messaging apps to nudge users away from posting harmful messages. Tricia values the foundation's commitment to unrestricted grant funds. Catalyst 2024 winner, Healthy Hip Hop, is helping improve child literacy and writing skills through an app that leverages the engaging aspects of hip hop in the digital world to create an educational experience for students. Roy values the foundation's commitment to fostering a community of innovators passionate about wireless solutions. And I urge you to visit us at wirelessfoundation.org to learn more about all of the past Catalyst winners and finalists. All right, now the details of the submissions process. Again, our submission deadline is March 4th, 2025, just before midnight Eastern Time. Here's what we're looking for in your phase 1 application. Again, due March 4th. Can't say that deadline enough. We're looking for a succinct description of the solution and how wireless technology is advancing it. We'd like to learn about the founder story. What's the inspiration for creating this solution? We want to know more about the populations and geographic locations the organization serves. And we'd also like a profile of the organization's leadership, participation in any accelerator programs, and any honors that the organization has received. At the end of March, the foundation will invite finalists to participate in the Phase 2 application process. Phase 2 application is due April 18th. In that process, we're taking a little bit deeper dive on the organization itself. We'd like to learn more about the organization's strategic goals and vision. What's the current and potential impact of your solution? We'd like to see a detailed description of populations served and issues the organization is addressing for them. We also want to see the innovative nature and distinct value of your solution as compared to other solutions available. We want to think about and learn the effect a Catalyst Award will have on the organization. And part of that process would include a review of top-level financial information. All finalists who submit a complete Phase 2 application by the deadline will receive a minimum of a $10,000 unrestricted grant from the foundation. We recognize the time and energy that applying for funding takes, especially for early-stage social enterprises. And we want to acknowledge that commitment. So for every finalist who completes that Phase 2 application, they will be awarded unrestricted funding. And you'll see in this Phase 2 application process, it also includes a Q&A session with the foundation team in early April. It's a virtual meeting which is an opportunity for the foundation to learn more about your work and for you to ask questions of us. Finalists will also have the option to participate in a feedback session with a competition expert ahead of the Phase 2 deadline. This virtual meeting is an option for finalists to receive feedback on their Phase 2 application before submitting it. Here's a visual of our timeline. First deadline is March 4th, 2025. We have our Phase 2 deadlines, optional feedback round, the Q&A session. In June and July, we'll be asking winners to participate in video production, and that will be leading up to the fall, where we'll have our Catalyst Award celebration in Washington, D.C. Again, it's a great opportunity to meet other Catalyst alumni and to network with the foundation board and other wireless industry leaders. So here are the key resources. To apply, you want to go to catalyst25.skill.com, and that's the portal where you can enter in all of your information. You want to learn more, wirelessfoundation.org/catalyst. On those pages, you will find our specific call for submissions, which really details what we're looking for, those eligibility requirements, and even more. We've developed an FAQ that is also on our website. We get a lot of questions, and we've learned a lot over the past 6 years, so we want to anticipate them. But if we haven't answered your question, you can submit a question at any time at catalyst@wirelessfoundation.org, and the team will be monitoring that. Again, submit your application by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time on March 4th, 2025. Okay, this is the time for your questions. If you have any questions to ask, you can go through the Q&A function. And if there's specific technology-based questions, we want to provide individualized responses. So please do email us directly at catalyst@wirelessfoundation.org. So Sarah, as we wait for folks to ask some questions, have you had questions emailed to you that I can respond to?
Sure. Thanks, Dory. And thank you everyone for joining us today. I'm Sarah Wright. I'll be helping us with this Q&A part of the webinar. I will just kick us off with one question as we wait for people to type theirs into the Q&A. So Dory, what are some of the most common misconceptions that we see from applicants?
That's such a great question. And I think over the years, there are a few. One, we want to make sure that your solution has a positive social impact. There has to be some type of aspect at it that there's social good being done through wireless technology. I think another misconception is this mobile first idea. And again, we're looking for mobile first solutions. So your solution, you have chosen to use wireless technology to reach your audience and to achieve impact. We're not looking for an organization that is doing fabulous work and then has an adjacent mobile app or some type of mobile function. We really want it to be mobile first, not mobile adjacent.
Great, thank you. Um, so we have one question here that is asking, what does being a for-profit enterprise with a demonstrated record for good mean? Could you just elaborate a bit on that, as that was one of the requirements?
Sure. So we have several Catalyst winners over the years that are organized as a nonprofit, or sometimes they're as a for-profit. And some of the for-profit, they're still doing social good. Some examples are some of our Catalyst winners are doing work in the education space. They're also doing work in the healthcare space. So there's a social good component to the work that they are doing. It's not just about for profit. They are advancing a solution that is addressing a social problem. Again, I think sometimes the examples of the work that our Catalyst winners are doing are so informative. So certainly go to wirelessfoundation.org/catalyst and take a look at our Catalyst alumni. There are nonprofits and for-profits with a social benefit throughout every single year.
Great, thank you. We have another question, getting back to the mobile first aspect.
Sure.
And the question is asking, how do you see mobile first versus mobile adjacent as different? Can you give examples? And the person adds, I thought an app to be mobile first.
An app can be mobile first, for sure. If I am, so again, all of our winners are mobile first. They're using wireless technology as the way to reach their audience and create impact. But if, for example, if I were a nonprofit, a brick and mortar, doing great work and for years, and then I've decided to have an app that kind of complements my work that I'm doing face to face, etc., that would be mobile adjacent. If I were, I'm just pulling this out. If I were the Red Cross and I've just created an app or some type of texting way to engage with an audience, that would be mobile adjacent. A mobile first would be some of the solutions that I've mentioned. Rethink is using wireless technology behind the scenes on your messaging to help combat cyberbullying. Healthy Hip Hop, the thrust of their work, it's an app that's being used to use hip hop to address child literacy and also creating a safe space for kids to create content online or via their mobile apps. That would be mobile first rather than a mobile adjacent. I hope that helps.
Thank you. So we have a few questions that are related to the early stage aspect.
Sure.
People are kind of wondering, how early is too early or, vice versa.
That's a great question. And we've seen a couple of applications over the years where it was just an idea that would be too early. And we've seen folks then apply once the solution has launched and you've gotten a little bit of traction. So I think that helps answer that question. If you're a part of a 30-year-old institution, but you've just developed some type of mobile way of reaching an audience, that would be not early stage, and that would definitely be mobile adjacent. So we are looking for early stage. And again, that could mean a year in, it might be 5 years in. It just really depends on your organization's development trajectory. But we definitely want to see that your solution is launched. There's a proof of concept there, and that you're working towards scalability of your solution.
Great. Okay, we have a few other questions related to just the unrestricted nature of the grant. Could you remind us kind of what that means?
Sure. So we really believe in providing unrestricted grant funding. So it is an unrestricted grant, like the winner receives $100,000 unrestricted to use to advance your mobile solution. So that gets awarded to your organization, and then you figure out on your own, without direction from us, on how you want to apply that to your organization, to to achieve impact. It's really up to you. It is unrestricted. We are not interested in making a restricted grant for a specific piece of your organizational plan, right? We really want to be unrestricted. Now, with the unrestricted grant, I will say we do request a 6-month report on how you used the funds. What was what kind of impact did the Catalyst Award have on your organization? We want to learn from that. So we ask those questions at 6 months after the grant is awarded and a year to close out the grant. But it is an unrestricted grant.
Thank you. We have another question related to the application process. Someone's wondering, can we apply as a team or is it just the founder? Do you advise one or the other?
That's a great question. It doesn't matter. The organization is applying rather than the individual. So an organization can apply. We would like to know the founder's story though, and the personal story that kind of drove that innovation. That is important to us.
Great. We have another question asking, how can we submit media demonstrating the technology or our social good efforts?
Through our portal on Skilled, you can upload, we've had people upload decks explaining the technology, and we do review those. It is not required at all, but there is an opportunity to provide supplemental information.
Great. All right. Sorry, I'm just looking through. Oh, this is a good one. Kind of back to the mobile first topic, but so we see this a bunch actually. Someone's asking, what do you see as the difference between a mobile app, which is something you might download off of like the App Store, versus a web application or a progressive web app? Are both still eligible?
So because we represent the wireless industry, we are looking for solutions that use wireless technology. So we are looking for apps that are really on mobile devices themselves, whether it be some type of iPad type of thing or your mobile phone. We're looking for solutions that use mobile devices. Oops, as I drop my mobile device, sorry.
No worries. Okay, I think we have kind of gotten through all of them and have touched on a bunch of the commonly asked questions. But I do see some questions in the chat that are more specific to individual organizations and your actual solution that you might be applying with. So if that is you, definitely feel free to email us at catalyst@wirelessfoundation.org and we can give you kind of a more drilled down response. But with that, if there are no additional questions, we can wrap it there.
Great. Yeah. And, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. And if you do think of a question now, later this afternoon, tomorrow, next week, do not hesitate to email us at catalyst@wirelessfoundation.org. We really believe in the power of social entrepreneurs using wireless to help address some of our most pressing challenges. And we are really eager to learn more about your solutions. It's the best part of our work. We love hearing about the amazing things that you're doing. So as we close out, thank you so much for joining us today. Please stay up to date on the Foundation's activities by following us on social. See us there on X and LinkedIn. Have a great week, and we hope to see your application come through soon. Thank you.
And we will be sending out the presentation, the recording of this presentation. I saw a few people asking about that. So real quick, you will get an email after this with the recording. Thank you, everyone.